heading into June, just to recap, we just had the Venus conjunct the Sun. Uh, I will post this on the 9th because I'm feeling slots up, baby. A lot longer because we do have the Gemini planets now, which trines me. I have to benefit somehow from the Gemini planets, even though it squares my Jupiter, but my Jupiter goes backwards. So how could that be wrong? See, I'm getting sparked up to just play some music. That means that I will be definitely not making any money anytime soon. I mean, what I mean, if I just play it in my living room, I won't be making any money there. I should try and set it up there on the street and play for 6 hours and just put a can out and say, please, I have an electric bill to pay. And see what happens. I'll probably be surprised. You know, the thing is really, you'd be really surprised. You have to be ready for every bit of psychological, spiritual, and even physical warfare on you when you start putting yourself out there advertising for money. In my area, anyway, yes. I didn't just say that our services suck, so nobody ever pays us. No, it doesn't even matter. It's more like, haven't you noticed that? Especially within the last 3 or 4 years, it was leading up to that. We thought we were doing entrepreneurship, and mainly having a good rapport with new people in our lives, whom we had amazingly long conversations with. They appreciated what I did. I appreciated how they did, which was, yeah, there's a little something between us there. Um, yeah, it depends on who you are. See, if you're an herbal medicinal healer, you're a little bit different than the people that you go and that are getting your services. Imagine that. If you're just a healer in general, are you going to be hanging out with them, doing, after all, the habits that they did that keeps them sick or needing the medicines? See, that's skeptical because it's an ongoing fight to try to keep yourself resilient and or healthy against what in fact is out there, babes. Every bit of it is poison. I try to be less weaponized for you, and just because somebody's feeling things really intensely and you can't and record yourself through your moments and they do and subject you to it doesn't mean that it's toxic. There is a button, you turn it off. There you go. Or you hit like and subscribe. You say, God, this person is so strange. I didn't get hurt, but my mind was blown. And now I'm able to just, well, good luck, babes. If you haven't blown your mind already, you're going to go through a lot of suffering, for one. And it's not the mind. It's not just the mind that you're getting over. You're going to see how miserable the world is really set up. It's set up for minds only to go and get lost and ignore the work that needs to be done in order to become a genuine presence, not only to the truth, but if there was an each other and did it matter, we would never know. Mercy on us by the time it's 3 minutes and 44 looking at my channel now. I was going to tell you about, pardon me, sometimes how you can hear your voice in your own head. You got to adjust. I went down the hill and it messes with your ears a little bit. And anyway, here, let me find my glasses. Yeah, baby! We've all done that, right? It's like, oh, hi. Classic Gemini stuff. Speaking of Gemini, we have Mercury going into Gemini, which is right here, precisely where my finger is. Do you see that weird little ear type of thing? And see, that looks like Venus, but this is now, it's somehow Venus turns into a Venus with ears, okay? It's got little horns. It's like, I think about it, and needless to say that it's in the sign of Venus in Taurus, it's going to switch right there to Gemini, which is that funky little, the symbol of Gemini where my finger is, and Mercury's going down the degree, and it just whips through just hardly 2.5 weeks, babes. There's the date we're looking at right there. Whoops, sorry, the date. And anyway, that Mercury in Gemini, it's at home there. And it's just the nature of if you met somebody with Mercury and Gemini, most likely you met them in their car, buzzing down the road. I'm pretty sure I knew a Cancer woman with Mercury and Gemini, and I didn't see her. We don't interact much, but they're very interactive. They try and talk as if they like you. They try and talk and really exchange in 7 different manners and even modes of communicating. And then you know it's cosmic, by the way, because you never meet a Mercury and Gemini. But so then, except for on the freeway, like I was going down to visit my friends down in LA. We were going 75 miles an hour, and who was it? But this woman, and she just rolls out of the window, and I look, and she's just as calm as ever, going 75 and going, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm going 75 miles an hour right now, and I love you. I love that kind of." She was just right there, and loving me a lot. And I think maybe her son in Cancer trying my Jupiter in Pisces, which, speaking of the Gemini, it kind of squares my Jupiter. So I experience a phobia of having not integrated myself enough into the money system, and that my creative abilities just fly out the window, and I gotta drop everything right now and stir a pot of beans somewhere um, uh, for a long time and get nothing for it. Anyway, you know how it is. It can be disenfranchising. Getting ready to put your best self into a job or a place where, first of all, you don't get the greatest feeling from it. I don't know. You have to take all of it with you, right? I'm about ready to, and as a matter of fact, present it to me. Let's see what I do with it. Because I say that I'm hurting for money, and I say it's really simple for me. It's very little. God, I hate this video. Barely 7 minutes, and I've gotten to the point where I fucking hate it to death. Well, let's try and carry on. So if it was just a little bit that would make me happy, which it would be. And I have had plenty of jobs before, and I've worked for my ass off for like 4 times more than what I'm requiring now. I'm in such a beautiful place, and I could just get trickled in a little slushy and a cracker, and just I'm learning about something. I'll let you guys know about the inner world. The inner world. I've talked about outer space and all that, and I say, why not? It all involves. See, how are you going to do outer space very well unless you've completely. I just got the vision of like, are you now like a strong vessel that within you are kindling your fire, and you're keeping that under like temperamental um, management, but really, is it really what is it? You see, I'm finding just it's a very quiet place that in fact you probably couldn't find it without a good environment that promotes that meditation, and then being able to just see. I will let you know, babes. At the age 50, I mean, I've kind of accidentally been doing something all my life that has promoted maybe a deeper level of understanding about it or experiencing it. Being a musician, being up in the mountains, daring to just say fuck the world and go over here and sit, meditate, and really no, but pay attention to. No, I'm living and going through hell of my experiences in relating and trying to relate anyway, and right, and not free of just at this very time, with what I'm coming up against, questioning my Jupiter and everything, and it's about the self-worth for everybody, with especially Venus having been all the Taurus planets, and then we go into Gemini. Mercury is going out of Taurus here. It's at the very final degree, hitting. It's like the strumming of the late degree Taurus that has just happened that makes us all question, what are you worth? How, it's basically, it's like, how are you treating it? And really, I say, see, I come up with this thing. If you listen, it's like, well, no, this is making more sense than the usual conversation, which just says, oh, money is energy. Money's energy. And it's like, well, what energy though? What energy is it? Is it really? Do you have that conversation? More for me, I would like to sit down and really, for you to explain, because it seems broken up. I would say it's human energy. Otherwise, yeah, it's not any real energy at all. Or what kind of energy is it? Because you can't just say it's money is energy, because it's like, Yeah, because a lot of people tag it onto evil, evil. The root of this is evil, and is it really that? Or we already know what that is. If you're in my school, we figured out what evil is. It's Antichrist. It's the one that wants to be more real than just a simple experience, which is the body, and that's something you can't help. I mean, here you are. If you're listening to this, what are you going to do? You can't unhear what I just said. Are you just going to say fuck my ears and start gouging them out? Sorry. Now what? You're going to poke your eyeballs out? Ugh! Shit, you! Ah!